Hello, you're welcome to another exciting video on NEPH. I'm your tutor, Mr. Buki, and if you're new to the channel, you're highly welcome. Do well to subscribe to the channel and share the link of the channel to some student that needs to improve either math or even physics skills. Alright, so today we have a problem on the board on proportion. It says if 5 men, cleared a piece of land in 3 days, how many men will it take to clear the same piece of land in 5 days? Now, by reading the question, we can observe that there is a problem on what? Inverse what? Proportion. Now, what do I mean by inverse proportion? For inverse proportion, it means when one quantity, increases, the other quantity what? Decreases. Now, we can also say when that quantity, decreases, the other quantity what? Increases. So that is what we mean by what? Inverse proportion. It means when one quantity goes up, the other comes down. Okay. In this case, we are dealing with men and days. So if we have more men, we have what? Less days to do a job. So if we have less men, we are going to take what? More days. A good example of this is imagine someone cleaning the dishes. Okay, if just one person is cleaning the dishes, it could take 1 hour. But if 2 persons are now involved to clean the same dishes, it could now take what? Less than 1 hour. Sometimes it could take half an hour. Okay, all right. So having understood that, I would also like to present this on a graph. So it looks like this on the graph. If we have men here and we have time here or doing days. So what it looks like is this. This is the inverse graph. Okay. So if I have one man, doing a job for 4 days, now 2 will do it at what rate? We say that it is going to come down. Let's say 2. So we have more men and what? It became what? Less or lesser what? Days. So one man did it for a longer time, but more men did it for what? Shorter time. Alright, having understood all this, now let's get right into the question. We have 5 men, so I have 5 men, which is our quantity, and we have 3 days. 3 days has to do with the time. Like I said, the relationship between quantity and time is what? Inverse. So we can say the quantity is inversely proportional. When we say inverse, you have to put 1 over. Okay? So this is 1 over for the inverse. Then we have what? Time. Alright? So with that, we can now form an equation with which we can now solve this problem. So I'm going to put equal to sign here. So Q is equal to, we are going to introduce a constant, which is K multiplying what? 1 over what? T. Okay? So K times 1 is going to give us what? K over T. Okay? If I'm to make K subject, we are going to cross multiply. So we have Q times what? T. So Q times T is equal to what? K. So we can rearrange this as K is equal to Q multiplied by T. So the constant in this equation is what? The quantity of men, which is 5, multiplied by what? The time, which is 3 days, is going to give us the constant. So let's get the constant. The constant is equal to what? The quantity of men is 5 men, so we have 5 men multiplied by what? Time, which is what? 3 days. Okay? So let's see what that gives us. So we have our constant as what? We have 15 men days. So that is our constant in this problem. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. Men times days, we have men days. Alright? Now with this constant, we can be able to solve the question. The question says, how many men will it take to clear the same piece of land in 5 days? Remember, our constant, okay, is equal to what? Q multiplied by T. Okay, so our constant we are going to substitute as 15 men days, which is equals to what? Now, for this other part, we are given what? 5 what? Days, which is what? Time. But the quantity of men we are asked to find in this question. So we want to look for how many men, which is the quantity of men. So all we need to do is, we don't know the quantity of men, times we're given what's the time, which is what? 5 what? Days. Okay, so with that expression we can now be able to find the quantity of men. So let's find the quantity of men. Now the quantity of men, okay, Q times 5, okay, is 5. Q men is equals to what? 15 what? Men days. So all we need to do is we are going to divide both sides by this 5, which is 5 days. So I'm going to divide this by 5 days. And I'm going to divide this by 5 days. Okay. So these will cancel out this. So the 5 days is out. So we are left with the quantity of men that the question has asked us to do. So the quantity of men that will clear the same piece of land in 5 days is going to be, so 5 divided 15 is 3. Days cancel days, we are left with men. So we have 3 men giving us this simple solution to this problem. Alright guys, now you guys are watching this video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment or two, and share this video to some students out there that needs to learn or improve visual skills in math. I'll see you guys in my next video. You take care. Bye.